Is this it?
I beg your pardon?
Is this all there is? Have we arrived?
Arrived?
Where we're going?
I don't know, darling. Where are we going?
I don't know. That's why I asked the question.
What question?
Is this it?
Well, this is as far as it's gotten, I suppose. It depends on your point of view.
Your point of view?
Well, yes. If you're up, it would look quite different than if you're down, and if you're in the middle, it would look altogether different. So where are you?
Well, I can't tell until I know if this is it. You see, if this is all there is, then I'm obviously up. But if most is yet to come, then I'm down. And if we're halfway, then I'm in the middle. So which is it?
I rather think we're in the middle.
What makes you say so?
Because I can see lots below and lots above.
Well, I can see lots below, all right. But what do you think that has to do with there being more above?
That's it.
What?
More. There must be more to come.
What makes you think so?
Well, if not, that'll mean that this is it.
Why shouldn't this be it?
Well, it would be quite dreadful, that's all, if this were all there was. Besides, there's always been more before. Why shouldn't there be more afterwards?
Well, that's rather optimistic, I'd say, wouldn't you? Besides, what makes you think that more is a habit? After all, there has always been more before. But that doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be more after. Things could change, couldn't they?
Well, not more. More won't change.
Why not? Why won't more change?
There always can be more.
But something or someone could shut the whole bloody thing down, don't you think? Pull the switch, press the button, pop the cork.
Why should they want to do that?
I don't know why. Why do people do anything they do? Bunch of weirdos, if you ask me. That's why I don't think you can be sure there's going to be more. Unless there being more weirdos, of course.
Look at it this way, dear. In the beginning, there was a tiny bit, right?
All right.
Oh, then there got to be a little, yes?
Yes.
Then there was a small bunch, then a bunch, then a goodly amount, then a lot, and then a whole big bunch, yes?
Getting rather crowded, I'd say, wouldn't you? That's why I don't think there's going to be more. What there is taking up everything already. So how will there ever be room for more? Besides, who'd want more? Do you?
Well, yes, I'd like more.
Why?
Well, I wouldn't want it to end here. If there were more, it might get better.
What makes you think more is better? Bigger hasn't been better. Why should more be better?
Because the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
I beg your pardon.
I said, because the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, you do agree, don't you?
Yes, I suppose I do.
It's always been that way. Well?
But that doesn't mean it always will be that way.
You mean that the parts might be greater than the whole?
I rather doubt that, but what does this have to do with there being any more?
Well, look at it this way, dear. If the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, if there were more parts, then the sum would be greater still.
So what does that prove?
Well, it proves that more is greater.
Greater, aha! But is it better?
Well, yes, because if the whole is greater, then there's more chance for the parts to be better, since they're part of the whole, aren't they?
Yes.
So there always can be more.
Why?
Because the part is never as big as the whole.
But, darling, bloody hell. This whole thing...
That's it. That's it. If the sum of the parts never equals the whole, they can always get more holy. Can't they?
Well, holy?
Oh, yes. There's always room for improvement, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I suppose there is, but what if they shut it down?
They?
The parts, the parts.
But they couldn't do that, could they?
Why not?
Because the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. But don't you see? At most you'd only get a few parts trying to shut it all down, and they obviously couldn't shut down the whole because the whole is greater.
Oh, well, when you put it that way, then by Jove, yes, I suppose it is.
So this can't be all there is.
No? You think not?
Of course not.
Well, we're still on our way then.
Absolutely.
Are you heading my way?
I'd like to think so.
Could I catch a ride with you that love, since you seem to know where you're going?
By all means.
Oh, jolly good. Well, thanks for the lift.
You're quite welcome.